What time is it?
It's time to talk. Period.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Jazz.
Let's get the show started. We've got a few statements that we are supposed to go through, and we are to see if they are fact or if they are fiction.
This one's a little bit of fiction.
Yes.
I think if that card says fact on it, I'm going to stand up and walk away.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah. And?
Fiction. Mild but manageable cramps are experienced by up to 90% of people who menstruate. About 50% experience debilitating pain. While pain is part of being an athlete, true, and can be managed, athletes should be supported if the pain gets in the way of training and performance.
Yep.
I think that is very correct.
That makes
Specifically team sports. Like stay away
you're
from
out.
Yeah. Stay away from everybody.
I would say 100% fiction.
Yeah.
Having your period is a very natural part of life and health, and there is equipment and gear available to support women when they're menstruating. It's true. I use the period-proof leggings whenever I'm on my period, just because there's been times where I've been worried about leaking at training, and I'm always in a little lycra, so that's useful for me.
I wish kind of I could use that in swimming, because we imagine like getting into the pool, having a tampon, and it gets wet and you have like a light swimsuit, you know, like it's really hard for us to swim in anything else. So lucky you. Excuse me? No.
No, definitely not.
No, absolutely not. We better hope not. Here we
Yeah,
are.
I really hope not.
Exactly. And I think it's really important that we, you know, change this so people actually don't have this conception about being a taboo.
Even for coaches, I mean, I play football and it used to be a man's sport for such a long time, but it shouldn't be an issue to talk about this topic.
I had a situation in 2017 where this was the first time I'd spoken publicly about periods, and I had to pull out of a competition because my cramps were so bad. And I spoke about that, and a lot of people were super supportive, really, really supportive. And, you know, I'm glad you're speaking about it. I'm experiencing the same things. But for some people, it was, why have you bothered to speak about this? This is private. You should keep this to yourself.
Crazy.
Nobody wants to hear this. Stop making excuses. And so I can see why some people might think that this is fact, you know, that you shouldn't talk about it and that it's shameful, but it isn't.
Definitely not.
It says fact and fiction. Interesting. Many factors contribute, including culture, society, media coverage, team and coach support, and much more. Okay, I get that in a way.
Actually, yeah, this is a...
It's like a tough question
It
to
shouldn't
categorize.
be a fact, though.
Shouldn't.
It
No.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be a fact, but it probably is in
Is,
our society,
exactly.
which is the issue.
I would 100% say this is fiction.
I agree, but I think that coaches even they need more education on it as well. Because, for example, for me in football, it hasn't been a big topic. Recently, it started being a big topic, which is good, but I don't think that they have the knowledge about it either. So they should learn more about it, in my opinion.
So I'm guessing fiction.
Better be fiction.
And that is correct. Winning again. While there are stigmas around talking about this topic, all coaches should be prepared to provide support for their athletes. We're nailing it.
This is good.
If you do not feel comfortable talking to a man coach about your menstrual cycle, find another trusted friend or teammate to talk to, or bring them along to talk to your coach. Probably true.
It's a long time, isn't it? But probably true.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds like a reasonable
7
fact.
years of her life, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you think about it.
That's a long time.
Yeah, if the cycle's like what?
Okay, let's see. Wow, it's a fact.
I was like, where were you?
Yeah. Calculating that most women have their period for 5 days per 28-day cycle, a woman menstruates for an average of 2,535 days in her lifetime, or almost 7 years out of 39. Wow.
That's such a long time.
That is a long time. If you think about it, it is.
If you think about it, like, that's a long time. One cycle at a time. That's what we have to think.
Take each month at a time. Yeah.
Exactly. Fact.
I think it's a fact, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's only been in the last few years that I've really learned about each stage of the cycle and what that means and what impact that could have.
I think I'm still not fully educated on everything.
Right.
It's just,
There's always more to learn. Fact. Education is not always provided around the world at home or at school, so many women and girls do not have a complete understanding or access to education regarding their menstrual cycle. Unfortunately, fact.
Yes. I think we did well.
I agree.
I must say, I think we won.